I'm going to show you how I transformed my stairs from this into this. I have a breakdown of each of the steps that I go through in this short video on my channel under DIY projects, but for this purpose, we're just going to run through everything in under 10 minutes. So obviously the first step is you're going to need to get rid of the carpet, and this is actually really satisfying, and it's kind of horrifying how much dirt is underneath your carpet, no matter how clean you think you might be. You can just start by pulling the carpet off the stairs and then using a crowbar and some pliers to pull off the tack strip and any of the nails that are left behind. I'm learning lessons the hard way, so I would recommend wearing safety goggles and gloves for this process. One thing you might encounter though is that, as you can see here, these stair treads, they're new. Well, my house had been flipped when I bought it 7 years ago, and I discovered that the bottom half of the stairs, they had not replaced those stair treads, so they were probably original to my 1978 home. So I thought, it's fine, I'm just gonna sand these down and we'll still be able to use them. I was wrong. There was glue, there was paint, they were worn out. And also, when I posted one of these videos, people came for me in the comments and let me know how important it is to wear a mask when you're sanding. Sometimes I just forget about this stuff because I've got tunnel vision, but always wear your mask, and I'm being better. Anyways, enough of the safety briefing. So me and Chloe took ourselves down to her favorite store and we picked out a new set of stair treads. This was a fun little unexpected expense, like with every DIY project, but hey, at least I got to learn something new. Next step was to rip out the old stair treads. So this took a little bit of elbow grease and some patience and some swear words, but one by one, I got the stair treads out in order to replace them. I would recommend leaving a couple stairs in place in case this project takes you longer than a day so that your stairs can remain functional. As long as you don't have little kids or old people around. And then since no home is symmetrical, I measured each of the stair treads one by one so that I could cut them individually. For cutting the stair treads, I would definitely recommend a table saw. I don't have one because I don't have a garage to store it in, so I used my circular saw. I set the original stair underneath it and then supported it with some 4x4s, and then just always make sure that my feet and limbs are as far away from the saw as possible. Next step was to fully secure the stair treads, so I used some wood glue for this, and then I went through and actually just used my brad nails on the side. And it's been a year since I did this project, and my stairs have stayed super secure, and they're actually less squeaky than they were before I did this project. Then before staining the stairs, I went through with some wood filler and was able to fill in all those nail holes and then maybe any little cracks between the wall and the stairs so that it has a nice flushed look. I decided to go with a black stain because it was the only thing I was confident enough to do. It's hard to screw up black. For the middle section, I used a big stain sponge, and then on the corners and the edges of the stairs, I used one of those black foam art brushes. I didn't tape or anything because I knew I was going to need to go through and repaint the sides of the stairs after I had pulled that carpet off, so it was okay for me to be a little bit messy with this. The first coat really soaked into the wood. I ended up having to do 3 total coats, so just FYI on that. And I would definitely make sure that you do this at a time of year where it's warm so that you can have your door wide open. Otherwise, you're going to be inhaling all the toxic fumes. And I did place those paint towels down because when I was standing on the stairs, if I didn't have one of those down, my feet were black on the bottom. So just FYI on that as well. So to sum it up, 3 total coats of stain and then 2 coats of sealant. You sand in between the top coats. I don't know why, but you do. By this point in the project, I was really over it, but we're so close to the finish line. So the next step is stair risers, and you can also buy these just at your local hardware store. And just follow the same process as we did with the stair treads. I measured every single one individually because no house is symmetrical, no stair is the same. So measured the length and the width, would go and cut those out, and then one by one used my wood glue and my brad nails to secure those. Then I was kind of dumb and I went through and I taped all of the stairs and cleaned them up with paint, but I did this before I caulked the sides of the stair risers, and so just FYI, I would do all your caulking and any, wood filling that needs to be done. And then the last thing I would do is go through and clean everything up with the paint that matches the sides of the stairs. And I've said it before, and I will say it again, caulking saves lives. You can make things that are a little bit off or a little bit messy look nice and professional by adding some caulking. I absolutely love the way these stairs turned out. The only thing I will say a year later is that it shows dog hair really clearly on your black stairs. So just take that into account if you have dogs. Otherwise, here is the final product one more time. I think it looks so much better than it did before, but let me know what you guys think in the comments and like and subscribe for more DIY.